Now that you know the basics of Python, it's time to dive into one of the most important parts of any programming language, functions. So what is a function? So functions are very important because they let you write your code in such a way that it is organized, reusable, and easy to debug. Okay, what is debug? Debugging is the process of finding errors in your code, okay, finding problems in your code. So instead of repeating the same logic over and over again, you can simply write your logic once in a function and use it whenever or wherever you need. That's the power of functions. We will understand everything about functions, how does it work, and how it makes your life easier as a developer. So when it comes to functions, you have to remember two things: defining a function and calling a function. Okay, so what is defining a function? Defining a function is nothing but creating a function. Okay, so while creating the function, you create the function with the keyword def. Okay, so def space the function name. The function name can be anything, and calling the function means executing the function. Okay, so you store some function or some code in a function. Okay, so if you want that code to be executed, then you have to call the function. Okay, so we will take examples so that you will understand it clearly. So functions are very important, so please pay extra attention to this video. So first of all, let's define one function. Okay, so you create functions if you want your code to perform some task. Okay, so let's say we have a task to greet someone. Okay, so we create a function like this, define. Okay, so def means define. Okay, you create the function with this def keyword. Okay, so def space greet. So greet is a function name, and you see this parenthesis, right? So you define the function using this parenthesis. Whenever you see this parenthesis with some name, then that is called function. Just know that whenever you see this open and close parenthesis, that is actually a function. All right, so after the parenthesis close, you put the colon, right? So this will be a separator, and once you hit enter, you are inside the function now. Okay, now we have defined a function. That means we have created a function. Now inside this function, we can do anything. We can print something, we can call something, we can we can send email, we can write logic, business logic, and everything goes inside this function. Okay, so sometimes we also call this function a method. Okay, so method and functions, we can use it interchangeably. Okay, so method is also a function is also a function. Okay, so it is something like that. All right, now this greet function, what it will do is it will just greet someone. Okay, so we are taking one simple example. So let's print something. Hello, welcome to Python basics course. Okay, welcome to Python basics course. Now this function is only doing this much, and if you run this now, right, just come out of the function. You see one more, I'll just come out of it again, right? So when your cursor is here and if you hit enter, you are still inside the function itself. Okay, if you just come out of this function, you simply write hit backspace and you are now out of the function. Now whatever you write here will not belong to this function. Okay, so remember that. All right, now that we have written this function, now we want to call the function, right? So before calling the function, I just want to show you what happens if you just run the code, and you see nothing is happening, because in order for this function to execute, you have to call this function. Okay, so how to call this function? So calling is very simple. Just write the function name and open close parenthesis. Simple, that's it. Okay, you don't have to do anything else. Just write the function name here. Okay, so now if you run it again and you see this function has triggered, right? If you don't call this function, then this won't run.